I want to cover like a small thing in there talking about for a long time in this game. That is the best way to get AP right. Because AP isn't actually that horrible in this game, except with this guy. No joking, but except with this kind of build right. Because there are no real skills that give you AP per battle, except one of them. And I discovered this after playing the game for say 30 hours or so, and this ability is so tremendously much better than the other ones that you patch tricks and remove it. Because this is so much better than this last thing is the best thing to max score. So some of the other skills that you want to have before I go into the real good shit is the passive AP gathering things. So first of all, I'm gonna say these things, snapshot, and of course this thing, you get AP with snapshot, is absolutely horrible. Do not get this skill. This is the first skill I actually unlocked in the game myself, because I thought that this would be a good way to actually be able to farm AP per battle. However, this thing is absolute crap. Do not get this skill. It's probably the worst skill in the whole game. Thing is that, first of all, you need one tech bar to use it. This means that you can't use it on weaker enemies. So when you're higher level, my thing is later works even better on higher level when you are too strong. But this ability here has no meaning on lower enemies because you kill them right away, so you don't get the tech bar. And in longer battles, you have to get a lot of tech bars that use this. They actually lower your chance of winning, or actually takes longer time or so. So it reduces your storyline and so on, right? So it's actually horrible. However, the worst thing is 32 points. 32 points! And the game really balances this thing, because it's random, right? It's by chance. So I've done this for about 10 hours with this skill, and literally more. I think like around 15 hours to play with this skill. Kept spamming constantly, so my data is pretty big, right? And it's about 1 in 5 to get 1 AP for 32, right? It's extremely expensive actually compared to the other AP gathering abilities, and it's only 1 per 5 roughly. That means you have to use it more than 150 times to get it. There's 150 tech bars, right? It's a horrible skin. It should be buffed tremendously in this game. It's absolutely horrible. It should be free pretty much in points, right? It should be like you solve its ability. Something. It's absolutely horrible. It looks good because then you can use it per battle, but it's so bad. Absolutely do not get support here. Okay, so let's go on then. Then you have these skills. Chocobo and Road Right, what you call it. Two really good skills. This is the second and the third skill you get after you get what I'll show you soon here. These skills here then, they give you AP per car right. As long as you're not skipping the car constantly, this skill is really good. 32 points, but it will easily come back to you. This is probably the first thing you should get in the game. You start the game fresh after you go what I'll show you soon, but this is the second thing to get pretty much. It was 32 AP, this was easily being, regained. I'll probably get like 300 or 400 AP for this skill by now in the game. It's very easy to get back to. And even if you are skipping a lot, sometimes you have to drive with the car, or actually a lot of you have to drive with the car. Even with story parts and so on, so you will get this points back definitely for sure. And even better than is this skill, the Chocobo running. You will get this skill, and this will always get better. You have to Chocobo a lot in the game. Do some different dungeons, different hunts and so on. This skill here, as soon as you have Chocobos on, so you can get them all the time, you have your money to spam, so you can have it constantly, you will never more run in the game. You will always Chocobo when you go between the points in the game. So this is an amazing skill. This is easily the best passive AP thing, but not in the beginning of the game then, because you have to first get the core Chocobo. So you have to play the game for, let's say, 5 hours or so before you have in Chocobo running kind of thing, right? So until then, don't get a skill for it. When you have Chocobo, you have to constantly get this skill. Absolutely, it's amazing. Ignore the XP things. You don't need that. You never spend in the game anyway. And then you have this skill. This skill is crap, okay? The AP running for racing is crap. Racing is very limited in the game, unfortunately. You wish it was more, but it isn't. And a very big thing here. You can't win races until you're high level or Chocobo, right? So this skill, never get this skill before this skill. Even if you like racing, and you might, and you get skill, then get it for fine. If you're doing spam racing, you get it. Sure. However, then you know that this skill you need first, right? You don't need it, but you need to race, or you need to just run around Chocobo. Eventually you can win with races. So this skill first always before this skill, absolutely. And this thing is even worse. Don't bother to think. Then we have fishing. Fishing is very spammable. This is the second best skill in the game if you want to spam AP quickly. If you want to go in and just get AP very early in the game, very easily with no struggle for it, this is the skill to get. Leave it a fight, you go and fish with 1 AP and swap it. I'll show you right over here in the game. The best place to get this skill, and I spent a lot of time doing it, is this place here. At the river Vanat fishing. It's a very short distance here. You spam fishing here, it's very easy to throw, but good recipe by the way as well. And you get AP very quickly. Right? You can spam that, get some AP, put some fishes. Very excellent. This is the best place for that. Small places are good as well, but this one I'll say most recommended. Small places like this is pretty easy. This one pretty easy and so on. Also the first is good, but the distance here on this place for AP spam fishing, 1 AP thing, is really good. So good skill to have, but then you have to actually go out of the the gameplay. That's why I don't recommend it, because you have to actually go and fish. If you want to play the whole game, everything in the game, so on, get this skill. And if you really like fishing, you can get this skill that I have. I tried today for a few hours, which is the triple AP for big fishes. This is like have to go and fish places which are big fishes then, and if you get it, then it's pretty good. So, but it costs 100 AP, right? So you compare a shot 18 AP, 99 but 100 AP. This skill is amazing for AP for fishing. This skill is like, yeah, eventually at like, more than 30 big fishes you get it back, and you really fish a lot. But yeah, I'm aiming to get everything in the game, so I know I get it back. But this skill I don't recommend at all. I don't recommend it. This skill I bet no, not really either. It's too expensive. 70 things even more than overkill, absolute overkill. But yeah, this skill is really good. But yeah, stop there. Don't go in here. This is absolutely not worth it. It's 200 points almost, and you will never get it back unless you're planning to get every trophy in the game pretty much. So stop there and first get these two skills. And absolutely get the prompto skill. Absolutely. And then you have the argument skills. These are crap. Don't get these skills. You don't need to tune up. They give you AP per battle, but yeah, they're absolutely horrible. 48 points, 40 points as well. It takes too long time. No, this skill is the best skill. So mad. I think a lot of people miss out on this skill, but this is the absolute best skill in the game by far. It's a 10 times better second best skill to get AP, and it's been like around 3-4 AP per battle, and it's actually even good in the end of the game. So this is this skill. Magic action. This is the first thing you should learn. If you haven't played the game yet, so play in the game. And even if you're playing again in the beginning of the game, get this skill right away. It's the best skill in the game by far. I mean, like, absolutely brokenly best skill to get magic action. First you get the powercraft, which is a little better spells. This is a really crappy skill though, so yeah, whatever. This skill over here though is really good. If you like, magic is the best thing in the game by the way. Magic is absolutely the best thing in the game. So you want to get this skill if you want to beat harder bosses by the way. But yeah, this thing in the magic is 44 points. Sounds like a lot, but this is such a good skill. Okay, trust me on this. Get this skill right away. This is absolutely what you want. So this skill first, and then you get the car thing, and then you get the running thing. Those three things should be the first thing you should use your points for. And then you should get points probably in like the basic teamwork staff. Then you should get this thing, double accessory, and then get this thing like the maximum points. So anyway, so why is it good? Well, you can use 1 AP ability per spell. So what you do is that you just get one spell at least. Yeah, let's keep it. I will have a quick fight with that. So now what I did then is that I used only 1 tendency, right? Cast 1 spell. So the actual power of the spell doesn't matter. It's very abusable. Your power doesn't matter. You only need to get a spell, right? So if you use 1 potency, you get 3 fire, lightning, or blizzard. That means that if you go to a camp, you get around 35 or so per potency plant, right? Times 3. That's how much value per camp to give you an AP in the long run, right? Insanely amount of AP, of course, because you only have to use the spell. And the spell in the battle doesn't hit the enemy. You just throw the spell at the forest, the forest spell at the ground, and they get an AP. So this is what the prompt skill should have been. So each time you use a spell, you get you know, 1 AP. If it was like that, then it's gonna be really good. That's because you want tick ball. This you can do right away per battle, and as I will show you too, in my high level that I have, my builds, one skill for me actually, one like 31 potential skill for me, actually is really strong as well. So I can even use it as an advantage that I can spam low level spells to do high damage. So if you very quick note them, you don't follow my stream, this is the build you should have pretty much for your magic. I think you don't want to build, yeah, you want the scepter, best magic, you want the bow, you want the sword of wise, and the circlet, and you might want to have some more circlets as well. This will give you a more 700 spirit yet. I also have like, I have 1 point spirit per level and so on. So now my spells, even if it's one potential of my fire spell, will do really high damage as well. So look at this now in the game. So a fire spell here, and 1 AP. He doesn't damage, 1 AP. You know, that's a really easy way to spam it. Then you have to wait for a few seconds, you can do it again, and you can spam it. So each battle will give you at least 3 AP pretty much. In the beginning of the game, if it's weak, you throw 1 AP and then you die right away. In higher levels, you just kill them. So yeah, magic action. This is the skill you want to get. I tried every skill in this game, every AP gathering skill, and this magic action is by far the best one. As I said again, then you have to use a Goose, get a 5 potentially, or Thunder or Blizzard. It doesn't matter what level they are, and you get 1 AP per spell thrown. You can even miss the enemy, you get 1 AP. Create with the prompt skill, which is like 1 in per 5 for a tick bar. Like the magic action is 5 times as good as his skill, but actually better because of tech bar. So it's 5 times as fast pretty much to come to the cooldown tech bars versus magic cooldown. So it's about, yeah, x5, but also it's, you know, does damage. So his thing just does nothing, right? And it's the same cost, right? 44 points versus 44 points. However, this also makes your spells better. So yeah, like this skill is amazingly good. So if you play FF15, you want to go for how to farm AP. This is the way. Magic action, just keep throwing it every battle at the enemies. Whatever you do, you just throw a spell, they get 1 AP. And each camp then gives you around, you know, 450 AP from that. Look at time-wise, right? So I spam this thing all battle long, and that's why I have a ridiculous amount of AP, right? It's really good. This thing you don't need. But I always mentioned it. Do not get this thing. This will not help you in the game pretty much. You don't need this thing. This thing is really good. You get more spells. I haven't knocked it yet because it's 920 points. But you don't want the other things like this thing, because magic in this game is really overpowered, and you pretty much do max damage with it very easily. So don't get that. Just get this magic action thing. That's what you need. And if you want to do high damage with magic, unlock the sacred weapons that gives you a lot of magic points. Have circlet or some other spirit thing, right? Intelligence thing, and you get really strong magic as well. So you can pretty much one-shot any normal enemy with it, even if it's one fire. Yeah, so that is what I recommend. Get magic action, the first skill you get, and then you get the car, and then you get the chocobo running. Those 3 things you want, and I have inf AP. That's it for me. See you guys next time.